In 2017, buried deep in the Nevada desert, the U.S. Army quietly operated a classified subterranean research outpost called Blackwater Shaft. Officially, it was a geological monitoring site. Unofficially, we all knew why it really existed. The shaft had been carved nearly a century earlier by miners who swore they heard breathing through the stone. Men disappeared without a trace, tools melted like wax, tunnels warped overnight. The mine was sealed, buried, erased from public maps. But decades later, the government reopened it, because whatever they had sealed away was moving again. The Sigenellis, the first warnings came from the seismic sensors, short pulses, low vibrations, too rhythmic to be natural, not earthquakes, not machinery. It felt like a heartbeat rising from the Earth's core. Our Unit 5 soldiers, trained in subterranean recon, was dispatched to investigate. When the tremors grew strong enough to rattle the entire upper station, nobody said it out loud, but every one of us felt it. Something below was calling. The DHCNT. It took more than an hour to descend. The deeper we went, the older everything felt. At 900 feet, the mining walls changed. Rotten beams and rusted ladders gave way to smooth, glossy stone that looked melted, as if a furnace hotter than anything on Earth had reshaped it. Our comms started glitching with metallic whispers, not static, not interference, clicks and scrapes like claws dragging across the line. By 1100 feet, our lights were fading in and out, fighting the darkness instead of piercing it. The shadows felt aware, like they were watching. At 1200 feet, we found the first sign, a miner's helmet, still glowing, but crushed flat like a tin can under a mountain of weight. None of us touched it. The cam beyond. Minutes later, the tunnel widened into a chamber that didn't appear on any map, a perfect dome, 50 feet high. Its walls weren't carved, they pulsed when our lights hit them, the swirling lines glowing faintly like veins under skin. Reyes whispered, "These aren't markings. This place is alive." Before anyone could respond, the floor shifted beneath our boots, not a tremor. A ripple, like something massive, exhaled beneath the stone. We froze in that moment. The silence felt intentional, like the cavern was waiting for us to make the first move. The entrance DSAPPARSOR radios suddenly screamed with a shriek so sharp it cut through our skulls. We dropped to our knees, ripping off our headsets. The sound wasn't coming through the radio, it was coming from behind us. We spun around. The tunnel we had entered from was gone. Not collapsed, not sealed with debris. Just gone. In its place stood a polished, wet-looking wall that shimmered slightly as if breathing. Martins fired 3 rounds into it. The bullets sank into the surface without sound, swallowed like stone sinking into tar. That's when the lights began to dim. The thing that below made up from the far end of the chamber. The darkness unfolded. Not stepping out, not walking. It bloomed, layers of shadow unfolding like petals of an impossible oil-black flower. It had no face, no limbs, just shifting folds that glimmered like liquid obsidian. The ground trembled, not like a heartbeat this time, but like voices, human voices screaming, begging for help. The missing miners, their cries vibrated through the stone inside our skulls, echoing through our bones. Reyes lunged forward, yelling, "I hear them. They're alive." He never even touched the creature. The shadow curled around him and pulled him in, silent and seamless. No scream, no struggle. He simply ceased. The MSSH. The cavern dimmed as the creature expanded, filling the dome with its presence. And then it spoke, not aloud. Inside our minds, a whisper that felt like cold fingers tracing the inside of our skulls. "Go back. This depth is not for you. Leave one to replace what you stole." We didn't wait to discuss what that meant. The ESCAP. We threw everything we had: flares, flashbangs, anything to disrupt the chamber. Every blast caused the walls to convulse like a living organism recoiling. The ceiling dripped molten strands that hissed when they hit the ground. A new tunnel split open in the wall behind, disappearing instantly, like the cavern was forcing us out. We ran. The tunnel twisted upward, steep and narrow, the walls vibrating with that awful whisper of stolen voices. Behind us, the chamber shrieked a metallic, tearing sound like steel beams being bent until they snapped for 7 minutes straight. We clawed upward in total darkness until a hatch slid open above us. We collapsed into the upper level of Blackwater Shaft, alarms blaring, dust falling from the ceiling. There were 5 of us when we entered. Only 4 came back. The cover-up, everything we recorded, helmet cams, audio, seismic logs, was wiped within an hour. The official report said, tunnel instability, 1 casualty, no anomalous findings. And Blackwater Shaft was sealed again. But each of us still hears it at night. The calm, patient whisper in the stone. 1 was taken. 1 must return. And every tremor in the Nevada desert still beats with that same slow rhythm, still calling, still waiting.